You've seen what AI can do, right? From writing code to creating unbelievable art. But what if I told you there's one thing holding it back from its true potential? And you know what? It's not the AI models themselves. It's the hidden digital superhighway they run on. Today, we're going to look at a piece of tech that's completely redesigning that superhighway. And honestly, it might just change everything.
So, let's just start with a question. For all its mind-blowing power, what do you think is AI's biggest secret weakness? It's something most of us never even think about, but it's the one thing that could bring this whole revolution to a grinding halt. The answer? It's data. A massive, overwhelming, absolute tsunami of it. I mean, think about it. AI needs a ridiculous amount of power just to learn from data. That's the training part. Then it needs power to use that knowledge to answer our questions. That's inference. And now, with these new agentic AIs that can actually do things on their own, the demand for power is just exploding to a scale we have never, ever seen before.
And here is the problem. All of that computing power is creating a massive digital traffic jam. The roads and highways inside our data centers, the networking gear, they were just never built for this kind of traffic. It has become a huge bottleneck, and it is slowing everything down.
But what if you could build a brand new superhighway designed from the ground up, specifically for AI traffic? Well, that's exactly the idea behind Cisco's new solution. It's a chip, and it's called the Silicon One G300.
So what is this G300 exactly? Well, it's a super specialized networking chip. It's called an ASIC, and it can handle an incredible 102.4 terabits of data every single second. But look, this isn't just about being a little bit faster. The key here is that it's a totally new approach designed from scratch for these massive gigawatt-scale AI data centers. We're talking about facilities that need entire power plants just to run AI.
And listen, this isn't just some concept on a whiteboard. It's already being used by the absolute giants of the tech world. We're talking about the huge cloud providers you use every day, big enterprise data centers, and even entire countries that are building their own sovereign clouds. Basically, anyone who's serious about building the future of AI is taking a very close look at this kind of tech.
Okay, so what really makes this chip a game changer? It really comes down to three key advantages. It makes AI clusters faster, smarter, and, this is the surprising part, a whole lot greener. Let's dig into each one. First up, pure raw speed. We're talking 102.4 terabits per second. Now, to put that into perspective, that's like downloading tens of thousands of HD movies every single second. But of course, this speed isn't for streaming video, it's for letting thousands of AI processors talk to each other instantly, basically letting them all act as one enormous unified brain.
Next up, that incredible speed leads to a huge boost in actual performance. We're seeing up to a 28% improvement in something called job completion time. Now, in simple terms, that just means AI models can be trained in a fraction of the time and you get your answers way faster. In the super competitive world of AI, saving that much time is a massive, massive advantage.
And third, and this is a really big deal, is energy efficiency. Because AI uses a staggering amount of electricity, finding ways to be more efficient is absolutely crucial. Systems built with this new chip can be up to 70% more energy efficient. For companies with enormous power bills and big sustainability goals, that's not just a nice little bonus. That is a complete game changer.
All right, so let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about one new piece of hardware. This is about a fundamental shift in how we think about building AI, and it has some pretty massive implications for the future.
This slide just illustrates the new reality perfectly. For years, networking was seen as a supporting actor. You know, it was important, but it wasn't the star of the show. Today, that idea is completely out the window. Networking silicon, the very fabric connecting all the computers, is now a core enabler of AI performance. The plumbing is now just as critical as the brain.
You know, a senior executive at Cisco really summed it up perfectly. They said, this chip is engineered for the next phase of AI networking. And they are absolutely right. As the global demand for AI power just continues to explode, having an infrastructure that is predictable, secure, and energy efficient, well, it goes from being a luxury to an absolute necessity.
So what are the main things to remember from all this? First, the future of AI isn't just about smarter software. It's about building way better, faster networks. Second, chips like the G300 are breaking through a major roadblock by boosting speed, cutting down wasted time, and saving a ton of energy.
And finally, this is the exact kind of technology that's going to pave the way for the next generation of bigger, more powerful, and, thankfully, more sustainable AI.
So, all of this leads to one final, really fascinating question. For a long time, the focus has been on making the AI models themselves smarter, but now we're completely rebuilding the highways they run on. So if we remove the speed limits on AI's infrastructure, what incredible new problems will AI be able to solve for us next?